I wasn't really sure if I was going to make a video on this, but I figure I'm kind of into it. I may as well at least do something really quick. So what I did, pulled this cover, jacked the truck up. I got 2 jack stands and then my pump jack on the front diff. Well, there's like a support spot there. Turn my key on. I don't want to do it because I have my impact on here, but you can actually move the rotor by hand and that'll turn this. It'll turn the shaft to get more access. I used my air needler here and tried to get rid of any rust I could, any debris. I've been spraying this with oil for the last month. This is the angle you want for the top one. Oh, hold on, let's see if you can see it or not. We're starting the bottom one. No script here, just winging it. Oh, it's really hard still. I got 2 lights going here. Get rid of that one. And maybe you can see it. Hold on. Let's see. Where is it? Aha. Oh, there it is. That's it. That's the one there. You're gonna kind of slide this up in there and start loosening that one. I also used an angle grinder, oh, too much glare, to mark the shaft right there, because that's gonna actually slide up when you get your air hammer on there. So, congratulations, you made it halfway through the worst how-to video. Bird came into the garage and shit all over. Okay, old shaft is out. I'm gonna show you where to start hammering. Here's the new one. What's gonna happen, you're gonna hammer right up there. Use an air hammer and start, that's pretty much it, hammering it up. That slides up and down. Once that one's out, you can either put this back in loosely, and then to get to this one, let's see, tricky to show here, as I said before. You can see I made markings. So what you can do is, let's try and focus this, mark the old shaft, then mark that piece of rubber like it's like a seal. The problem with mine is that actually spins on the steering rack shaft there. So it's not really an accurate way of marking it. So what I did was, once I hammered it up, I actually marked those splines there with my paint marker to align it, and then I made sure I didn't move it. So I tried to put that back as best as possible. When you're gonna hit this up, you're gonna have to get your hammer drill, or sorry, air hammer, up in here, right in, and hit the actual, let me see, sorry about the focus, the actual U-joint there, you're gonna hammer. And with mine, that kind of worked, but I also needed a pry bar and a sledgehammer to try and really smash it out. When you use your air hammer, you get a chisel bit. It's good to split those. That'll help open it up. And then I kept spraying oil and penetrating fluid to creep through from the vibration. Show you what I had going on here. There we go. I have my regular bits, and then I got these cheapies at Princess Auto because they're a little bit longer. This one, I don't know where it is. I have a longer version of this, and that seemed to work really good. Had a little bit more, I don't know, muscle to it, I guess you could say. And then that's the pry bar I was using. It's actually pretty good one. And sledgehammer. Oh, there's the other. No, there's another bit somewhere. Oh, right on the hammer drill, right. So yeah, once you hammer it out, you're gonna just start hitting all over this U-joint to try and smash it out. Once it's out, you're gonna put your new shaft beside the old one and try and match where you had marked it with your paint. What I actually ended up doing was counting the splines. So Man, the focus is terrible today. Yeah, I counted the spline, so like say this one's 8 in, then I did 8 in on the new one and marked it. Another thing I did, because it's really hard to tell here, is made sure my steering wheel is straight. Right now it's on. It almost seems like the top one likes to go in one way because there's a flat spot on the top there. I don't know, I might not be able to see. There is a flat spot on the top where this bolt goes through, so it almost feels like there's like just one way that this will go. I kind of have everything dry fitted right now, just pushed in. This is again just a ghetto thing I did, but just to get a rough alignment, I tried to use just fixed points off the frame and the brake rotor, which isn't 100%, but it's not bad because I noticed it was off. So from there to say that bolt right there, let's see, can't even tell with the rust, but 65 centimeters. So I did that on one side and then the other. First I was trying to go off here, but this is all like, you can't really use that as a reference. So this to me seemed like the most solid thing to do. And you'd be amazed when you start moving this back and forth what it'll do. When you are taking the shaft off the steering column there, what I did was ran the seatbelt right through here, down, clicked it in and locked it. So that locks your steering wheel in place. I tried some duct tape, but it didn't really hold. So once you get the new one, put some grease, clean everything up, and it's not too bad to slide on and off. So it's not the worst job, but it's just, I kind of take my time trying to clean everything up and make sure everything's aligned, because I'd rather just do it once. And yeah, there was a lot of rust, as you can see. Even though I oil spray this, the stuff just, with our winters and the rain and everything, just washes right off. So I don't know, gotta clean this up because I was grabbing the brake rotor. So a little bit of degreaser. Yeah, not the best how-to, but hopefully it helps somebody, because there's not a lot of info in this job. I think I got to torque that to 37 feet-pounds, what I read. And yeah, you can see my heat shield. Look at that, just rotting. But yeah, it's not too bad of a job. The top one popped off really easy. The bottom one took a lot of muscling. I started doing this at 8:30 last night. It was dark and I was like, okay, I'm shutting it down for the day. That's it. I hope it helps anyone, and yeah, good luck. Okay, something interesting here. Mine had this ring, which is supposed to be fixed to here, and that came off. I'm not putting it back on. I think it's a seal or something. You can see the little marks there. That's where I used my air chisel to try and split it after. So that's about as far in as it's gonna go. So just something to see. Also put rags down if yours is as greasy and oily as mine. Like you can see my shirt's just like destroyed. Another thing is put grease on the threads. Or the splines, sorry. That'll help removal for a future date. And this I'll probably just pack with grease, and then I do oil spray it. I gotta blast all this shit off and re-oil spray it. But you can see I got the bottom one on. I just gotta do the top. Everything's super tight, which is a lot better. It was quite a bit of play. Really, if you spray that U-joint, you should be good. That'll keep maintaining it. But if you get play or it starts completely binding, then time to replace it. But yeah. Once again, terrible how-to, but hope it helps. There are guys in the area. I'm in Ontario, JDS Mechanic. I can't remember another one in Vaughan I went to, but there's a few places you can go to. For me, it's the time to drop the vehicle off with kids. You know, drive an hour, where I'd rather just do the job myself if I can. So if you can bring it somewhere, it's gonna be a lot easier, but you can get the part a couple $100 online. And if there's something you want to tackle, hopefully it helps. Learning curve here, never done this before, but what I found was the top one, it seems like it only goes in one way. That's it, the splines line up. The bottom is for your alignment. Really, you should get an alignment. I'm avoiding it. 3 times now I've had it apart. So I went down the road, steering wheel was too far to the right, then I overcorrected to the left, and now I got it very close. I could probably move it over one spline, but I'm kind of tired of taking the wheels off. But yeah, that bottom one slides off pretty good after, and it's going to be 27 feet-pounds of torque. I don't know if I said 37, but do not torque it to 37. It's 27 feet-pounds. And the best part, I oil sprayed on top of this before I had to change it 3 times. So yeah, have fun. It's not too bad to do, but you might want to just get an alignment anyway. It's just for your steering wheel angle. Okay, there you have it. I switched it back for the 4th time. I honestly believe I may have had it correct the first time and overthought it because of the curve of the road. There's a bit of a curve, but there you go. What I did realize, the top is a fixed position where it slips on, and the bottom one you can move in increments. I would say each time you move it over the steering wheel, let's see if I can do this, it would move like that, maybe, give or take. So my steering wheel was like, there's a car coming, but my steering wheel was far to the left after my 3rd increment, which wasn't too bad. I drove, but it was kind of annoying. So I avoided myself going for an alignment, and this is how it drives here. So yeah, I was basically like that. And if you move it over a notch, I'm gonna say it's probably like that much of a difference. So it's really not too bad to do. Once you put grease on those splines, I took it apart very easily. This was like maybe 15 minutes max, like to take off the driver's wheel. Best thing to do is jack it up from that center point. And like I said, once you do all the legwork of getting all the rust and grease and everything else off the vehicle, then it's not too bad to do, and it's not hard to adjust. This is actually a week later after driving it with the steering wheel on an angle. So hope that helps for the 1000th time. And if you do want to go to somebody, find somebody local to do it if you don't feel like messing around. But like I said, once you do the legwork, it's really not too bad. I don't know how people are throwing steering codes or anything else, but I started actually thinking about it. I'm like, this thing has a power steering rack. There's no electronic power steering, so I don't know how it would throw a code. Maybe they're spinning their steering wheel in circles, like to the point where it locks out or something. I don't know, something like that. But either way, it's actually not too bad of a job. So have at her. Hope this helps anybody, and I'm gonna make sure I don't drive into this farm field. So yeah, have a good one.